Hi everyone, today we are going to do a mushroom bok choy miso noodle soup. It's a Japanese recipe. It takes about 20 minutes of preparation and it is for a quick dinner. It's full of greens and detoxifying properties. Excellent for your health and an extra boost. So first let me tell you a little bit about the ingredients. What we have here is about 3 heads of bok choy over here. I've got some mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, which I have sliced it. The heads of bok choy also roughly chopped. And then I will be using miso paste, and this is the miso paste. After that, about 2 tablespoons, by which we'll make the marinade, along with about 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and as well as 4 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And then we have these soba noodles from, actually they're Japanese soba noodles, which you can get anywhere in the grocery store. And these are excellent. They take only about 4 minutes to cook. And finally we have the 16 ounce of extra firm tofu. I like to add a little bit of ginger, which is not there in the recipe. And at the end, if people like, they can use the hot sauce. This is far as the ingredients are concerned. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the noodles, soba noodles. So we have the boiling water over here. So let's time it a little bit. And we will use the soba noodles. I will unwrap the soba noodles here. Both are about 7 ounces of soba noodles. I do not like a lot of noodles, but this should do fine, you know. So here are the soba noodles. You can break them a little bit and put them in. Just see about 4 minutes and they're done. So you can give a little bit of a stir, and that is what I'm going to do. I'll take my wooden ladle and just give a little bit of a stir and wait for about 4 minutes. In the meantime, what we are going to do is we are going to do a little bit of the marinade. So we shall take about quarter of a teaspoon, cup of hot water, which you can take the hot water from here. That is perfectly all right. This is to mix the white miso. So here goes. This is the hot water, a tablespoon of white miso. This is what the white miso looks like. So 1 tablespoon goes in here. Second one over here. I like a little more. This is so. But the trick is you have to mix it well. So what you have is you can take a fork or a spoon and then mix this in the hot water. We got 2 more minutes for the noodles to get ready. In the meantime, mix it thoroughly. Now what you can do is put a little bit more hot water if you need to. Say a little bit from the one over here. All right. And then mix it as we were doing. It has to be thoroughly mixed. Okay, now this our noodles are ready. So what we're going to do is take the noodles up to the sink and we will then drain it and put it into cold water. So this is done. I lift this up. I go up to the sink, pour the whole thing. Here it goes. Excellent. And then give the cold water treatment so that they stop the cooking now. The cold water over here. And as you can see, this soba noodles, which are made out of drum wheat, and they're excellent to taste. And here we shall put them away. Now, having done that, we will now go back and leave this soba noodles over here, so that we can finally put in when things are ready. So we have got this mixture done. What we need is to put 4 tablespoons, of the soy sauce in it. Sorry. You put 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need to put the rice vinegar. So for that, the rice vinegar, again, 4 tablespoons. Now what you need to do is close the lid. Close the lid and give it a good shake. This is your marinade, which will go at the end. Okay, so this is done. Now we shall take the mushrooms and saute it. So what we will do is, we will take the mushrooms and we will put it into we will take the marinade, the mushrooms, and the ginger, and saute the mushrooms. So let's first put this on our heat, medium heat, and let it heat a little bit before we go into putting the mushrooms in the marinade. So we'll put that, the noodles are done, your marinade is done, and so we now put the portobello mushrooms and the marinade and the ginger. And ginger should not be too much, just a little bit. I put a pinch, I use my hands, But let's now look at how the mushrooms are being done. Let's put in the mushrooms. And now you have to get the marinade, which was there. In goes the marinade. Alright. And stir it. Till the mushrooms gets a little soft. Keep at it. Stir it. Now can you get the aroma of the marinade mixed with the mushrooms? It's so earthy. The mushrooms are very earthy, but when you get the bok choy in it, that pures. So here we have, the next will come is we need the boiling water again. So we can use that a little later on. So here we have, and when the mushrooms start getting soft, we will put in our bok choy. Looking good, looking good. Here are the mushrooms with the marinade. And now I think they've got a little bit soft. So that looks good. Let it be for a minute or so more, and we should be ready to put our bok choy. In the meantime, I think what I will do is, we need about 6 cups of water for the final soup. So I'm going to use about, let's look at about 6 cups of water, filtered water that I have over here. Cups, 4. I think 4 should be enough. Let's put this over here, and this is getting done, and we shall put our bok choy. Let the bok choy be done. In the meantime, heat this water. And put it into medium heat. So we got right now the marinade, which was basically the miso paste, the white miso paste, along with the rice vinegar and the soy. And we have already put the mushrooms, and now the bok choy, the baby bok choy has gone in, and let it cook for a while. So, as this is being cooked, your next thing will be to put in your tofu cubes, which are already ready over here. So, maybe we may require a little more water. At the end, we can put in a little more water. looks good. It really looks good. All right. What have we got left? We have the chilies and the smoked paprika. That is only if people want it. They can put it after the whole thing is done. But we still got to put the cubes, the tofu cubes. So what we will do is let that cook for a while, and we will use the cubes. The tofu cubes will go in. Wait a minute. I'm going to use my hand on this. Yeah, aroma is. All right, so I'm going to use these cubes and I'm going to put them in. And then give a quick stir. Just a little high flame because you just put in the cold. That's it. Looks good, really looks good. And in the meantime, I think we'll use a little more water, but later on, as I said before. Let's see how this goes. So you have a lot of protein in it because of the tofu. And BOK CHOY is your greens, and your earthy mushrooms are there as a base. And now what I would like to do is pour the hot water, the 4 cups that we had, into this. So here goes the 4 cups. We'll need a little more water. So what I'm going to do, and let this be on a high flame, let it go on. And I shall use 2 more cups of water. So we are going to do that. So put a little more water in there. There it goes. And now the last thing is but you know, don't worry about it. If you have to taste, you can always taste this. People are scared to taste. If you need more salt, if you need more soy, or whatever, you can now do it. And I think everything is good. It's not too salty. It's got enough of the soy. It has got all the tofu is in there, the soy is there, the miso paste gives a little bit saltness. So I think that is okay. We have to put the ginger, which I like to put at the end, so that it really gives a nice kick to it. Let me taste it again. Wonderful. Don't need any more ginger now. And what we need to do is now, you may still require a little more water. But now is the time to put in your noodles. Because see, the noodles are already cooked. So let this come to a boil. And once that happens, I'll put the noodles in, and then the soup will be ready. I think a little bit of hot sauce would go. So this is your hot sauce, which I'm going to put a teaspoon and see how it does. Let's look at that and then give it a little bit. That's perfect. Perfect. So this is a kind of a thick soup. And now I shall use, once the noodles are in, and see how it goes. Wow. Looking good. Little more noodles. That is it. And this, folks, is your mushroom bok choy miso soup. Let it go on for a little bit because the noodles are already cooked. So let it then, I'm going to put it off and the soup is ready. So we should now sit down and have the soup. All right, this looks good.